Is that real that you hear sharpening throughout the night? Like,
yeah, man, people were getting all kind of weapons. Like they took the dental floss off the commissary because people used to. I know for a fact one of my Muslim brothers from Philly, but it was a plexiglass. He took the dental floss and he sharpened the plexiglass for me.
Prison Stories 101. We are back with another one, man. We got him back in the building. Terrance Gangsta, civilian.
Wow. Say, this is what you need to start. When you start Prison Story 101,
let's go.
You need to have that sound effect with the knife being sharpened in the cell. Shh, shh, shh.
See, I thought you would have said the bars closed and the door closed, the clank, rolling the doors.
Here, this is why I want to say that, because like in the Fed, we have brand new up-to-date stuff. So the door is shut down with the key, brother. They ain't no more board.
Oh, hey. So what they close with cushion? They got like...
Nah, but they just shut that door. They put that big key in there and lock you. So the bars running back. That's the old jails.
You know, I've heard stories of sounds of knife sharpening throughout the night. Like, what does that sound like?
I was just showing you that we need that, all that, you can hear it. And in my mind, I'm like, that boy getting ready, or that boy will have a weapon. So if I know for a fact you got a weapon, and especially you on another team, I'm gonna be concerned.
Oh man, so is that real that you hear sharpening throughout the night? Like,
yeah, man, people were getting all kind of weapons. Like they took the dental floss off the commissary because people used to. I know for a fact one of my Muslim brothers from Philly, but it was a plexiglass. He took the dental floss and he sharpened the plexiglass for me. As soon as I got the Yazoo.
Yeah, plexiglass.
Dental floss, yeah, man. So people was cutting out the iron on the bed to make knives with the dental floss.
So technically, they were getting very creative with making weapons.
Yeah, man. Like, don't have a garbage can. Man, we didn't have garbage can. Break the garbage can. Take the dental floss, salt through that.
Dang, break the garbage can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just did an episode today where I showed someone working out. Just trying to, showing their conditioning in prison. Did you ever have that situation? As far as, did you ever try to just work out all the time, get your conditioning right? Did you?
Of course. I just like to run, jog the track, walk the track and jog. That was my favorite thing. Then I got to do a burpees. Like we would start doing burpees for like 2 hours straight.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to have this episode to kind of get your take on, the world's talking about this Pooh Shiesty thing and, him going back to prison. And I want to speak on the recidivism, where, you had, of course, a 23 and how many months? 10 months. Yeah, I don't want to. I never let it light. That 10 months means something.
Yeah,
like,
don't take that. Don't take that.
Yeah. So you said that many times, and how many times did you see someone go home and then come back?
I seen this one dude come back 3 times, Joker, and I used to be like, I just want one chance. I saw a dude come back on violation 3 times, man, and I used to be like, man, what they doing out there? They playing out there. I just like, I wanted this one chance out here, man. I got it. I've been home 4 years. 4 years and 3 months.
What do you think is that mentality? Because what has to happen is
3.5.
Yeah, there you go. Once you get out, you survived whatever bid you did. To do a crime, you have to know that the chances are I might have to go back and deal with this crime. I have to go back to jail, prison. What is the mentality you feel is people going back to prison?
Some people don't care. Some people might look at it like, man, I can go do another 6 months, a year. I don't mind going lay down and go do that right quick. So you got, this is what a lot of people got to understand too. Like, I'm gonna use myself for example. Like, I'm used to getting money, or used to driving nice cars, used to driving, the finer things, clothes and doing all this. So when we go to jail and come home, now we don't have that connect no more with the drug. We don't have that connect. We not getting the money we used to having, and then the job not really cutting it, so we get frustrated. And now we like, man, I'm about to try to go back to the block. So when we try to go back to the block, that's what messes us up, because we don't know who the players are now, who is who. We don't know who in the investigation right now, and then you wind up getting yourself caught up in a new conspiracy. Like a lot of guys, in their mind, they feel like I was the man 10 years ago. I was the man 15 years ago. And now these little boys out here or I used to hump their mother, or I used to beat their fathers up, or they was this. So now we looking at like, little boy, you don't know who I am, but them little boys, you gotta keep in mind, you was once a little boy. You was once one of the ones jumping off the porch, crushing everything in sight to get your respect. So this is the same thing that's going on, and a lot of these old heads don't realize that. A lot of them be knowing, but they still be feeling, I'm gonna try my hand. And you got a bunch of old heads just crash dummies. You got a bunch of old heads who not ready to grow up, who just feel like, I'm gonna die being a criminal, I'm gonna die doing this. So a lot of them do not like to change. They don't want to change their way. They want to be stuck in doing criminal activity. And then when they wind themselves back in jail, the first thing they know, now I've been doing this. I grew up in jail, I've been doing this. So now they trying to punk the inmates that's fresh in, or inmates that might have been in for a little while, but they feel like, well, I've been doing this here. And that's how a lot of them lose their lives in prison, trying to run up on inmates that they feel like fresh fish, or feel like, well, you ain't got enough time in the system to be trying to run this, or think you doing this. But man, it's all kind of bully, all kind of crazy stuff that go on in federal prison that a lot of us be wishing like, man, I wish I didn't get caught back up in this. And it all dealing with patience. And I always tell people that I don't have it myself. It's easy for me to tell you, man, be patient, this gonna happen, this gonna happen. But when it comes to me, I'm like, man, what's going on? What's the, you know what I'm saying? So it just be a headache, bro. It'd be a real headache. But we don't realize, or we don't reflect on our wrong doing until we back incarcerated. Yeah.
All right. So speaking back to what people call is recidivism, which is basically when an inmate gets out of prison, he's 3 times likely. They say like 3 out of 5 inmates go back. You, of course, are the 2 of the 5 because you ain't went back. But for Pooh Shiesty to end up back in this position, do you feel like he was comfortable in prison enough to don't mind doing a crime to go back?
No, it don't be that you're comfortable in prison enough. It's just that when you get out, our criminal mindset still kicking, and we thinking that we can still get over or still go bust a move, and these people not gonna know. And I tell you youngsters over and over and over and over that it's too much cameras, phones out. People record. So I'm not gonna say he was comfortable. I just think that he wasn't thinking, and now that he have a chance to sit down, he's gonna be able to think.
How does it work when you have to go back? Do you go back to the same spot you came from?
Usually you'll go back to the same prison.
Yeah, because if you're on parole, you have to finish, they want you to finish that sentence, but you're gonna parole you. So if you kill that parole, you gotta come back and sit down where you ended up, I'm assuming.
Sometimes you'll go back to the same prison. Yeah, they'll just redesignate you back because that's where you just come from.
Okay.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
How does it work? Again, they say it goes by points because he did this crime with artist by the name Big 30. Mm-hmm. His pops, they got a bond. They were able to leave, which bonds work the same way in feds and state.
Yes.
Okay. So they got the bond. They got to go home, but because Pooh Shiesty was, ankle monitor, he was on parole. They're gonna hold him a little. They're gonna hold him. How does that work as far as if he's resentenced? If they say, hey, you violated your parole, but also there's a new crime, does it all go in conjunction, whatever, what's the word? Consecutive based on a new crime? Or do they be like, all right, you're going to finish
concurrent.
out? Yeah, concurrent. Do you got to finish out what you had, and then we're going to charge you for this new crime and give you time on that?
No, they could charge you for the new crime now.
Okay.
And it could be, what he have was a probation violation. We'd be on supervised release. So they could say, okay, let's run this now. Give him 6 months, give him a year. But let me show you how the cruel the feds are. Like I have 5 years supervised release.
Yeah.
I've been on it for 4 years and 3 months.
Oh yeah.
I got like about 8 months left. If I was to violate and go back, the judge could say, okay, I'm going to reinstate your 5 years and I start all over again.
From let's say you're down to 1 month left.
Yeah.
That 5 years go from...
I could start off, they could reinstate me all over, or they could just give me a year or what have you. I got a guy I was cool with, he had 8 years, he did 7 years and some change. He wanted to be a security guard because he had a nice body. But him and his son mother going through it, he took a picture, put it on Instagram. He got a mask on now, but he got an AR-15 in his hand. She takes that picture because they was going through a court battle. Oh. She sent it to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor showed it to the judge, and the judge, they violated him. They gave him like 20-something months, and they gave him a year supervised release. When he get out, still got to do another year. But and it was like, you know, you can fight it. You got a mask on, but like he said, they might go on my page and find something else or go to digging, and you know, someone's gonna go ahead and lay down. But his son mother turned the picture in that looked like him.
Oh man.
And they took it and ran with it, man.